Pressure is on for both these teams. The final stretch is going to be crazy. Detroit at home week 16 can't afford another loss and really have to hope Madagascar Marty feels like they're square up for all the Zebras Lions have feasted on over the years. Maybe after last week, they'll put it all behind them.
I think it's clearly short.
Yeah, definitely short. Wow.
What?
Road back to the postseason is hard enough, man. They host the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have strung a couple wins together to stay ahead of the Ravens by a game in the AFC North.
Hayward under center, he gets shoved. Touchdown Steelers.
Detroit, Cleveland, and then what should be an epic Week 18 face-off with Baltimore. Steelers' offense has been clicking as of late, too, fueled in large part by Aaron Rodgers, 23 of 27 passing last week versus Miami, 224 yards, 2 TDs, no interceptions, a 125 rate.
Then you see that window. As soon as Rodgers sees that with that two-deep safety look, that ball's coming in a hurry.
Rodgers hasn't thrown a pick in 4 straight, has put up a 100-plus rate game in 3 of his last 4. Each time he has, Pittsburgh's offense has been good for 27-plus points. Put 28 on Miami, who had been tough to score on as of late.
Try to go to the air here. Rodgers end zone's got his man. Touchdown.
Steelers have won 8 games. Rodgers rating 95-plus in each win. They haven't won any games when he's had a dud. So what are his chances against Detroit's secondary? They just gave up a 100-plus rate to Matthew Stafford, 2 TDs, over 360 yards.
Stafford looking for more on the rollout. Has Parkinson. He's in!
Lions have not played quarterbacks great in 2025 either. Hard to when all your starters are missing half the time. Only 2 teams have allowed more TD passes than they have. Only one giving up more yards per catch. 94 rating allowed big picture, and have given up 27-plus points in 4 straight after the Rams hit them with 41 a week ago.
Do that. Kyron Williams has number 2 on the day. Touchdown.
Their biggest issue versus LA, Puka Nacua, gave up 181 yards to him, 71 to Devontae Adams too. Would have been more save he left hurt. Now here comes DK. Metcalf scored versus the Finns, 55 yards.
Got it to DK Metcalf, and fighting his way for the touchdown. Pure strength.
DK, averaging 57 yards per game this season, has 2 C-note showings. Not sure if the refs will give Pat Freiermuth the Colby Parkinson treatment. He chipped in 45 yards in their latest win.
Quick throw, wide open, Freiermuth. And a first down to the 26.
Kenneth Gainwell, the only other Steeler last week with 40-plus receiving yards, led the team with 7 targets, caught all of them for 46 yards.
Look at this offense this year and what they've been able to do. He's been as valuable as any player on this team.
Rodgers has been leaning on Gainwell a lot lately. He's caught 6 to 7 passes in 4 of their last 5 games. And last week, he went for 80 yards on the ground too, 6.2 per romp.
Gainwell finds a little room over the right side. Survived a hit.
Gainwell has been given 10-plus attempts 3 times in 2025. Each time, 80-plus yards. So maybe make sure he gets 10 this week, especially being the Lions just gave up 78 yards on 5.5 an attempt to Kyron Williams, 2 TDs, and 71 yards on 6.5 a run, and a touchdown to Blake Corum.
Corum to the outside, and it's a touchdown.
It's awesome complimentary football.
Detroit's front had been tougher on runners prior, so that showing was a little out of character. They did at least take Stafford down a couple of times, hit him a healthy 8 times, Aiden Hutchinson his 9th and a half bag.
It's coming. Now Stafford in trouble, rolls away, and he's dropped.
Would be nice if we got to see Hutch and TJ do their thing, but Watt isn't expected to be back yet. Hard to say how long it takes to recover from a collapsed lung. Pittsburgh's defense fared well in its first game without him at least, held Miami to 15 points, 2 for 8 on 3rd down.
There's a blitz, Tagovailoa knocked down.
Ramsey's breathing down his neck.
They're holding teams to 23 a game for the year. Solid, not great. Holding Detroit's offense to that would be a win though. 34 in their loss to LA, 24 or more in 7 of their last 8.
Quick throw, screen, St. Brown gets a block. Amon-Ra spins his way to the end zone.
Jared Goff threw for over 330 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, a 111 rating, back-to-back 300-plus yard showings, 100-plus rate in 3 straight, so he has his Jared Goffling act going lately.
Goff does a great job navigating the pocket, stepping up, and then throwing on the run.
Pittsburgh's secondary just gave up 2 touchdowns and over 250 yards to Tua Tagovailoa, a 113 rate on 22 of 28 passing. Mind you, he's a dude with an 88 rating for the year, averaging 190 yards per game, so not the strongest of efforts by their DB room.
Tagovailoa slides through, end zone, touchdown.
Steelers play versus the pass this season, middle of the pack, or mid if you're into the whole brevity thing. Their pass rush is better than mid though, only 4 teams with more sacks in 2025, and even without Watt, they planted Tua 4 times on just 28 pass attempts.
Tagovailoa is sacked. Cameron Hayward gets the sack and a loss of 7.
Goff only sacked once on 41 pass attempts last week. Steelers' backside didn't have issues with Miami's receivers, held Jalen Waddle to 26 yards. It was tight ends and running back Devon Achane they struggled with. 46 yards allowed to Greg Dulcich, 66 yards and 2 TDs to Darren Waller, and 67 yards allowed to Achane. Cue Jahmyr Gibbs then, only 20 receiving yards on 7 targets versus the Rams, only ran for 38 yards on 2.9 a carry too, so he's looking to rebound. Pittsburgh's corners will be in the limelight because they have to try and stop J-Mo and St. Brown. Amon-Ra with 13 catches, 164 yards, and 2 scores versus LA.
Going deep, end zone, it's caught. Touchdown, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
St. Brown over 1,100 yards for 2025. Jamison Williams on the cusp of his 2nd K year in a row after racing to 134 yards and a TD versus the Rams, 88-plus yards in 5 of his last 6.
Going for it all, Jamison Williams, he's got it!
Mentioned Gibbs' poor day as a runner. They did get a touchdown from David Montgomery at least, 4.6 per on his 7 attempts.
It's knocking linebackers, defensive ends, and then Montgomery through the defense, making one guy miss, stiff arm and 4.
Steelers didn't handle Achane great along the ground either. Gave up 5 a carry to him on 12 attempts.
Here he is again on the toss. He gets some blocking, and there he goes. Big play for Achane.
Last time these two played, Luke kissed Leia. Pittsburgh had beaten Detroit 13 of the last 16 meetings along with that tie. They played their first ever game against each other in 1934. Only one game between them in the 70s, 1973.
In Pittsburgh for opening day, the Lions met the Steelers head-on as an aggressive defense unit led by Lem Barney stymied the Steel Gang for most of the afternoon.
Steeler head coach Chuck Noll is fully aware that a division title brings with it a curse, for it almost always brings out an opponent's best. But he's also aware that he has the men to successfully face such a test as the Steeler offense highballs to 24 points.